Hello, I'm Peter Bergman. This is my official YouTube channel. I'll be updating you with the latest news, so please subscribe to my channel.
Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today is a fantastic day to dive deep into the latest drama unfolding in Genoa City, and we are so thrilled you are here with us to unpack every single shocking detail. Okay, I literally cannot believe this. Can we please process this mess together? Because I am currently spiraling through a chaotic feedback loop of transcendent hype and absolute narrative betrayal, and I need the only circle that speaks this language to witness my existential collapse. Look, I hit record at 3 a.m. because this grueling, decade-long journey has finally pushed me over the edge. I am officially ditching the script, breaking all the filters, and dumping my unedited psychic damage straight onto the digital hive mind. Honestly, there are legends carrying this entire journey on their shoulders, while others are single-handedly testing my sanity to its absolute limits, and I am going to call every single one of them out right now. Basically, my brain is melting, my pulse is redlining, and I am ready to deliver some unfiltered, hard truths about the absolute madness that just went down. Unbelievable, guys. What's going on here? Are we actually doing this? Basically, the absolute bomb just dropped, and I am shaking. The truth? Jack Abbott. Yes, the Jack Abbott. The undisputed golden boy of Genoa City. The man who has survived corporate warfare, family betrayals, and literal resurrections, just woke up in a dark room as a freaking hostage. Listen, this isn't just some run-of-the-mill daytime drama cliffhanger. This is a lethal crunch to my nervous system. Suddenly, we are thrust into this claustrophobic, terrifying nightmare where Jack is tied up, totally helpless, and staring into the eyes of absolute madness. I mean, wait, why are we like this? Why do I care so much? Because Jack is a legacy, and seeing him stripped of all his power and reduced to a captive is a major flex by the writers that I was not prepared for. Honestly, I am vibrating at a frequency that could shatter glass. And who is the mastermind behind this unhinged operation? Patty Williams. Look, Patty has officially gone off the deep end. And I am low-key obsessed with the sheer audacity of it all. Basically, Patty chose kidnapping, literal felony kidnapping, just to keep Diane Jenkins' man by her side. Honestly, the psychology here is so twisted it deserves its own college course. Patty isn't just acting out of random malice. This is a deeply rooted historical obsession that has mutated into a terminal velocity threat. She looks at Jack and doesn't just see a man, she sees a prize, a bizarre salvation, and most importantly, a weapon to absolutely devastate Diane. This is insane. I am screaming at my monitor because Patty's logic is so flawlessly broken. Suddenly, every single interaction they've ever had is recontextualized as a prologue to this terrifying hostage situation. Listen, we have to talk about the Diane Jenkins factor because she is the catalyst for this entire disaster. Diane finally gets her claws back into Jack. They are parading around Genoa City like they own the place, and Patty is just lurking in the shadows, letting the jealousy marinate until it becomes toxic waste. Suddenly, Patty just snaps. She realizes that the only way to sever that bond is to physically remove Jack from the equation. Basically, Patty is weaponizing her own insanity to protect Jack from Diane, convinced in her warped reality that she is the hero of this story. Honestly, the delusion is a total game changer. Patty is sitting there in whatever creepy basement she stashed him in, probably fluffing his pillows and acting like they are on a romantic getaway, while Jack is internally screaming, "Whoa, I've really gone off, chasing butterflies into another dimension." Bringing the signal back, let's stick to the script. Let's look at the actual reality of Jack waking up in that hostage situation. The sensory details of that moment are haunting. Look, Jack's groggy confusion, the heavy realization settling in as his eyes adjust to the dim light, and then the sheer, unadulterated terror when he recognizes Patty's face. It's a masterclass in psychological horror. Suddenly, every ounce of Jack's corporate swagger evaporates. He is just a man chained to a chair, trying to negotiate with a woman who operates on a completely different frequency of reality. Basically, it's a high-octane jump cut from luxury CEO life to a literal survival horror game, and I am here for it, but also terrified. Honestly, the transition from boardroom king to basement captive is giving me whiplash. Might delete this later, but I seriously can't stay silent about this anymore. Part of me is actually furious at Jack for letting his guard down. Wait, no, that's victim blaming. See, I am contradicting myself because my brain is malfunctioning from sleep deprivation. How was he supposed to know Patty was going to go full thriller movie on him? But honestly, Jack has been so blinded by his complicated dynamic with Diane that he completely ignored the peripheral threats. Listen, when you are involved with Diane Jenkins, you have to assume that everyone in a 50-mile radius is plotting your downfall. Patty just happened to be the one who executed the plan with absolute terrifying precision. The woman bought duct tape and zip ties and no one noticed. I cannot with this show. Suddenly, the GCPD looks incredibly incompetent, and I am just sitting here laughing through the pain. Please tell me I'm not the only one losing my mind over this. Let's deep dive into Patty's endgame here. What does she actually think is going to happen? Does she honestly believe that if she keeps Jack locked up long enough, Stockholm Syndrome will just magically kick in and they'll live happily ever after? Basically, yes. That is exactly what her fractured mind believes. Look, she isn't demanding a ransom. She isn't trying to leverage Newman Enterprises or Chancellor. This isn't about money or corporate power. This is about pure, unadulterated, toxic affection. Suddenly, the stakes are infinitely higher because you can't negotiate with someone who doesn't want anything rational. Patty just wants Jack. She wants to erase Diane from his timeline completely, and she is willing to burn the whole world down to do it. Honestly, it is a masterclass in character assassination and rebirth all at once. Honestly, the impending clash when Diane finds out Jack is missing is going to break the internet. Listen, Diane is going to tear Genoa City apart brick by brick. She is going to march into the police station. She is going to threaten Victor Newman. She is going to accuse Phyllis Summers. She is going to go on a scorched earth campaign before she even realizes Patty is the culprit. And when she does realize it, the screens will melt. Suddenly, we are looking at a collision course between two of the most volatile, unpredictable women in the show's history, all fighting over Jack Abbott. Basically, Jack is just the MacGuffin in this epic war of the X's, and I am vibrating at a frequency that dogs can hear just thinking about the showdown. Look, Diane's impending wrath is going to be a monumental television event, and I am already popping the popcorn. Wait, why are we like this? Why do we, as a fandom, thrive on this absolute misery? Look, I've been watching this show for years, and every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in with a storyline that inflicts maximum psychic damage. I am sitting here at 3 a.m. analyzing a fictional kidnapping like it's a true crime documentary because the emotional hooks are just that deep. Honestly, seeing Jack vulnerable, seeing Patty's tragic but terrifying descent, seeing Diane's inevitable wrath, it's the holy trinity of soap opera storytelling. It's a raw frame that packs a lethal crunch, and I am consuming every single second of it while simultaneously begging for it to stop. Basically, this is what it means to be a legacy stan. You suffer, you scream, and you hit upload because you need the validation. Basically, we need to talk about Jack's survival strategy right now. How does the Golden Boy talk his way out of this? Look, Jack is a master manipulator in the boardroom, but Patty isn't some corporate rival. You can't offer her stock options or a seat on the board. Suddenly, Jack has to weaponize his own charm, playing into Patty's delusions just enough to stay alive without triggering her rage. He has to pretend he understands her, maybe even pretend he appreciates what she's doing to save him from Diane. Honestly, the psychological warfare happening in that hostage room is going to be a total game changer for Jack's character arc. If he survives this, he is never going to be the same. The trauma is real, people. Listen, watching Jack try to out-chess a woman who isn't even playing on the same board is going to be the most stressful thing I have ever watched. Listen, can we also just take a second to appreciate the absolute cinematic insanity of the set design for this hostage situation? Suddenly, We are out of the glossy, high-end aesthetics of the Abbott mansion and thrust into this gritty, dimly lit purgatory that perfectly mirrors Patty's fractured psyche. Look, the lighting is harsh, the shadows are suffocating, and the sheer claustrophobia of the framing makes you feel like you are trapped right there with Jack. Honestly, the directors are putting on a masterclass in visual storytelling here. Every time the camera does a high-octane jump cut from Patty's disturbingly calm, smiling face to Jack's wide-eyed, sweat-drenched panic, it is a lethal crunch to the senses. Basically, they are weaponizing the cinematography to make us feel every ounce of Jack's psychic damage, and it is a total game changer for the daytime format. I am low-key obsessed with how much this feels like a premium cable psychological thriller. We are witnessing television history. People and my nerves are completely shot. In conclusion, because my heart rate is currently at dangerous levels and I need to go touch grass, or at least stare at a wall until the sun comes up, this Jack and Patty storyline is a monumental, lore-shattering climax. Look, the writers took a massive swing, and it is a major flex that is paying off by completely destroying my sleep schedule. Basically, I am trapped in this unhinged ride until the wheels fall off. If you are also spiraling over Jack waking up tied to a chair while Patty plays house to spite Diane, drop a comment, send help, or just scream into the digital void with me. We are all hostages to this show, honestly, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Thank you for watching my video. I will be updating regularly with the latest news, so please remember to subscribe to my channel to support me.